This is David Black. I'm a criminal defense lawyer in Phoenix, Arizona. If you've been charged with an extreme DUI, I'd like to point out what some of the differences are between that and a regular DUI, what makes it extreme, what to expect, and what we can do for you. So in terms of a regular DUI in Arizona, that's one of two things. Either you're impaired to the slightest degree, if you've ever heard of a zero tolerance state, that's what people refer to, or you're above the current limit, the lower limit, which is a .08. Now, if you get charged with an extreme DUI, that means that your blood or breath came back above a .150. A lot of times people will call me and they'll say, Mr. Black, I got a DUI, and I'll say, do you know what your blood was? And they'll say, it says here .150. Well, that's often the ticket. The literal charge says DUI greater than .150. So you want to look further into your paperwork. There's a piece of paper that people are frequently served with that says admin per se / implied consent affidavit. It's what law enforcement might have given you when they took your driver's license. That often has your blood alcohol concentration on it. So why is that important? Well, just because the police or your citations say you're above a .15, it doesn't mean that they can prove you're above a .15. And you want to see, what is my reading and what was the method of testing? Why is that important? Well, blood has a margin of error of 5%. Breath has a margin of error of 10%, and under some calculations, much, much more. And so if somebody calls me and says, David, I've got a DUI, it's an extreme, it's a .157, and it's a breath reading, the intoxilizer, okay? We're not worried about the portable roadside one. That's not admissible in court. We're worried about the big one at the station. It's a .157. I'm really worried because I know that's above a .15. I'm going to say, well, I have some good news for you because that is within 10%. There's no way they're going to be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you're above a .150. Let's say you call me and you're a 185 and I've done all that I can do for you, or you have another lawyer and they've done all they can do for you and you get convicted of an extreme DUI. What happens? All right. In Arizona, the minimum sentence, which is what usually would happen for a first-time extreme DUI, is as follows. So 30 days in jail. 21 of those are suspended if you get an ignition interlock device for 12 months and show proof to the court. And there's good news, you're going to have to do that anyway when you reinstate your license, so it's not actually extra work. And then you're left with 9 days, and you don't have to serve 9 days because a separate law says that you only have to serve 20% of your confinement in custody. And the courts have come up with 2 days, even though that's a little bit more than 20%. So you serve 2 days in jail, and then you do the rest on what they call continuous alcohol monitoring or home detention. It depends what service the specific court uses, but you can think of that as a little vacation. You got to stay home at night from, let's say, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., no drinking. They have this little bracelet they put on your ankle now, and it will test your skin for alcohol and alert them, so no drinking. But otherwise, you're pretty much free. It's a heck of a lot better than serving those extra 7 days in jail. There are fines. They're going to come to probably $3,000 all in. They may charge jail costs. The fines are mandatory. There's nothing that your lawyer can do to reduce the fines if you're convicted of an extreme DUI. Jail costs are discretionary, but here's the reality. Some judges will waive them. Some judges will never waive them, and you just got to ask. It doesn't really matter how you ask or how well you ask. So ultimately, what I would encourage you to do if you've been charged with an extreme DUI is to call me or some other experienced law firm that handles these things. We're happy to talk to you about your situation and see if it makes sense for you to retain us. Our number is 480-280-8028. Thank you.